So, why did Hamilton got disqualified from the Chinese Grand Prix? Essentially, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton got disqualified after the Chinese Grand Prix for various reasons. Let's go into what happened. Pierre Gasly's car and Charles Leclerc's car were under the 800 kilograms limit after the race. They were weighed in at 799. And for Hamilton's case, his problem was with his floor because they said it was too worn out, and the minimum thickness of 9 millimeters was not respected. He was found to be at 8.5 millimeters. In everybody's case, the stewards measured in front of team representatives so that there could be no disputes in the measurements, and then the teams were able to recognize their error. So both penalties warrant an automatic disqualification. So there was nothing that any driver could have done, meaning that Ferrari lost 18 points. Leclerc would have finished fifth, he would have got 10, and Hamilton would have finished sixth, he would have got 8. So those are points in the championship that are lost and that could prove costly at the end of the year. That being said, did they deserve to be disqualified? And I mean, the short answer to that is yes, by the letter of the law. I mean, if the car is on the weight, it's on the weight, right? So the explanations, however, that's where it comes to be interesting. Essentially, for Leclerc and Gasly's case, what could have been the culprit in those situations could be the tire wear. Now, it's been speculated that they were supposed to do a two-stop race, so they were supposed to change the tires twice originally, but then they ended up just doing one tire change for most drivers, really. But it was particularly costly for the Ferrari of Leclerc and also to Gasly because of the fact that their tires were too worn out. They may have missed some mass on the tires. I saw on Formula1.com that the set of tires could lose up to 10 kilos per race. So that could have been a determining factor. The fact that they only changed their tires once instead of the twice that was originally, um, I guess, planned or strategized, that may have been the tire was too worn out, wasn't weighing enough, and that caused them to be 1 kilo under the limit. For Lewis's case, it's a little bit more complicated. So he won the Saturday sprint race, but after that, he made some changes in the setup of his car. So that caused his car to be a little lower than usual. And because of that, his car was bouncing off the track, I guess, more than usual. And that caused the wearing and tearing on the plank, the floor of his car. And that caused it to be zero point 0.5 millimeters too thin under the limit, and essentially again, it's against regulation. They should have known. The teams recognized that it was their mistake, so they took the penalty without contesting anything. It was measured in front of them anyway, so they could not really contest any of that. It's unfortunate because, as I said earlier, it's 18 points that you're missing out on the championship. Now McLaren is flying away with it, and essentially that could prove costly at the end of the year. Let's hope that they get back and that they improve to make the life a little bit easier for Hamilton and his new team, because they haven't done him very well in the past two races so far. Here are now the standings for the Constructors' Championship. Now you can see that Ferrari is in 5th place at 17 points, having missed on the 18th on the race. They are now basically 43 points behind the leaders, McLaren. And quickly, in other news, Liam Lawson is replaced by Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull. Essentially, they want to avoid a Sergio Perez situation with Liam Lawson. After two races, it wasn't good. And Red Bull are known to be very trigger happy with their drivers anyway. It's not a big surprise. It is a surprise to me, though, that they only waited two races into the year. But I really think it's because they want to avoid a Sergio Perez situation like last year, where essentially Verstappen was doing all the heavy lifting and Perez was always in the middle or in the back of the pack. So Yuki Tsunoda has been performing well for the sister team. Now it's called the Racing Bulls. And it's been knocking on the door for several years. They never gave him his chance, and now they are going to give him a chance with the big team. Let's see how he does with being in the same building as Max, because Max has the reputation of not being the easiest teammate. But Yuki Tsunoda, again, has proven that he has the talent to go toe-to-toe at the very least with Max, because they don't have the best car. They don't have to worry about that anymore. But they still want to fight for some podiums and some valuable points, etc. So that's it for the video of today. I just wanted to touch on why the Mercedes both got this, not the Mercedes, I'm sorry, I meant the Ferraris. Why do both Ferraris got disqualified, and did a little bit of diving and looking at information. So thank you very much for watching this video. Stay tuned for my next one. Please remember to subscribe and like the video, and see you next time.